This video is the version part 2, volume 2. So please see the part 1 for this video. Then continue to watch this one. I want you to write all your negative emotions as much as you feel naturally. You write it down everything. And then day 1, that's it. And then, okay, now you see you are watching the day 2. Day 2 will be actually no need to be any time, like 1 week or 2 weeks later. I want you to read what you wrote. Then how you feel, you write it again. The one you write express all your negative emotions, you write it down everything, and then that's it. And then second part will be after you reading your negative emotion, how you feel, you write it down again. So this work you can do continuously. Actually, you know what? I'm doing this work without telling me to do so. But since I know how to do the writing from the school, actually I'm doing since I'm age of 9. Age of 9, I start to write how I feel. I keep doing my journal since year of 9 or 10. And then 35 years, I never stop. I never stop keep writing my emotions. So this is very interesting. I found that when you have a very aggressive negative emotions, keep writing. Like 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you just cannot stop writing and writing. And then gradually the negative emotions start to naturally blend. Start to know what is the meaning. Then one day probably you feel like you stop writing. Like you used to write every day, but sometimes 2 times per week, sometimes 1 time per week, and keep writing. And then when you are happy, probably you won't write anything. Then you come back to the negative emotion again, you keep writing. 1 year later, 2 years later, sometimes even 10 years later, you read your old journal back, and then you comment the notes. Like let's say I wrote 1995, and then 5 years later I read it, or even 10 years later, or even now, year 2020, I read the year of 1995. Then how I feel, the version of year 95, I keep the comments. I comment back to her. How do I feel of year 2020? How do I feel to you? About you, kind of like you answer to yourself, like as if the old yourself. Then this is how I continue to talk to me, to communicate with myself every moment myself to the year 1986 or 95 or year 2000, year 2005, year 2015. And then sometimes I even go one more time about I read the journal back year 1995. So I keep doing, because I read the journal of year 95, and then the year 2012, 2015, I answer back to the year of 95. And then I wrote myself answer back to the year 2013, and then year 2020, I answer back to that old myself of year 2013. Do you know what I mean? So this is how I communicate myself, all myself. The more longer you do this, the more you appreciate to your anger or envy or fear, sadness, because all the negative emotions are precious. And then actually I'm very happy to have that negative emotions, because without having that negative emotion, I never grow myself. I never able to grow myself, getting mature thanks to that negative emotions. So the keep writing a journal is the most basic and primitive. It's no need to go for the counselor or anybody. No need to depend on anybody, but you just talk to yourself. Just communicate yourself. That's all. All you need to do, just communicate yourself. Where does your negative emotion come from? Why you anger for? Why you feel envy? Why you are so sad? Because of this, because of that. Write it down. No worry. Just write it down. Then know yourself. No need to force yourself to let go. Because the more you communicate with negative emotions, naturally just transform to another energy. So this is how the process of releasing the negative emotions. However, most of the people people misunderstanding that you just kind of imitate this procedure. So people misunderstood that have to or let go the negative emotion, need to let go. No, this is just you need to process. You need the process to communicate yourself. Then eventually or finally, negative emotions will change, transform to another love, energy, and then somehow letting go. Not like forcing yourself. So people want to have the very quick technique. No, there is no quick technique or anything. Most important things you need to do is to know yourself and communicate yourself, especially with negative emotions. Don't let go your negative emotions until you will love your negative emotion. Don't release your negative emotions until you really love your negative emotion, because your negative emotion is you. Negative emotion is in you. Then know yourself. This is the procedure to know yourself. Why not? To have a negative emotion. They are precious. They always have precious energy. They just camouflage yourself. No need to scare. Just be brave to know yourself. Be brave to go in the negative emotions. You will find something, your inner you, new you. I really hope you to see your inner journey. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time.